The first week of freshman year at the University of Iowa was a whirlwind. The air buzzed with nervous energy, the promise of new experiences hanging heavy in the humid August air. I was just beginning to find a rhythm with my roommate, a guy consumed by the idea of fraternity life. Rush week loomed on the horizon, but the pre-rush parties had already begun, a chaotic, intoxicating preview of what was to come. My roommate, eager to make connections, was determined to attend. He felt safety in numbers, a shield against the awkwardness of navigating the social landscape alone. Though I had no personal ambition to join a fraternity, the allure of parties at a renowned party school was undeniable. I agreed to accompany him. Our plan was simple: one fraternity party on Thursday, followed by a circuit of different houses on Friday and Saturday. Thursday night found us heading towards what my roommate suspected was one of the lowest-ranked fraternities, possibly even an underground one. His rationale was pragmatic. This would be a fallback option, a safety net in case the more prestigious fraternities rejected him. The location itself was ominous. Far from the vibrant campus, it was nestled in a rundown, almost derelict part of downtown. We arrived at a corner house, its true identity masked by the blaring music and the cluster of parked cars. Without those telltale signs, it could have been any other house in the neighborhood, a far cry from the grand mansions I had envisioned. It looked, quite frankly, like they had settled for the first available property. We knocked on the door, and it was immediately flung open by a short, somewhat stout guy in a stained white t-shirt, clutching a red Solo cup. The armpit and midriff stains on his shirt were prominent, a testament to the sweltering heat. He gestured for us to enter. The party was confined to a dimly lit room, packed with at least 50 guys. The air was thick with the smell of sweat and cheap beer, the temperature stifling. To my surprise, I counted maybe 2 girls in the entire room, neither of whom I would describe as attractive. I stuck it out for about 20 minutes, engaging in awkward conversations with one overweight, socially awkward guy after another. The vibe was off, the energy stagnant. Finally, I signaled to my roommate that it was time to leave. However, a large group of guys congregated by the door made our exit strategy feel awkward. We decided to wait a bit longer, prolonging our stay. I resigned myself to the situation and continued to drink the watery, generic beer they were serving. I downed perhaps 5 cups, barely feeling a buzz. Then, a heavy-set guy approached me, holding a small bottle in his hand. He offered it to me with a smirk, whispering, "This'll get you shit-faced." I gave a polite, albeit fake, laugh and thanked him, expecting him to move on. Instead, he stood there, watching me intently, as if waiting for me to drink it. Reluctantly, I did. It was maybe 2 shots worth of some kind of hard liquor. The guy then initiated a conversation, and every time I tried to politely excuse myself, he would pull me back in, deepening the one-sided exchange. Things started to get hazy. I remember feeling suddenly dizzy, the room seeming to darken around me. That was the last thing I recalled before waking up in a dark room, lying on a bed. The muffled sound of music filtered through closed doors, confirming that I was still in the frat house. The room was almost completely dark, but I could make out some furniture and a small closet door. Even over the loud music, I heard the distinct crinkling of a plastic bag from the closet, as if someone had accidentally stepped on it. A wave of unease washed over me. I bolted from the room, down the stairs, and back into the overcrowded living room. I found my roommate and, without explanation, pulled him out the front door, past the group of guys still standing in their circle. During the car ride back to campus, I told my roommate that I thought I had been drugged. He was ready to call the police, but I dissuaded him, arguing that it would be pointless, a futile exercise. Then, he asked me an awkward, probing question. Had I been taken advantage of? I didn't feel any pain, and my clothes were all still on, so I assumed not. Checking the time, I realized I had only been out for maybe 10 minutes before waking up. Whatever the guy had given me must have been a dud, or perhaps a very mild dose. Thank God. That was my introduction to the world of underground, ghetto frat parties, and it remains the scariest experience of my life.